Hi, welcome to a 3D leisure at home with myself, Gail Harkness. I'm going to do some fitness Pilates with you for half an hour, and it's just going to be working through all core strengthening exercises, a little bit of stretch and mobility. All you need is a little maybe drink and a mat and yourself, and that is it. Anything that feels too difficult, take a rest, take it down. And anything that, if you want to make it a little bit more tasking, then I'll give you different options as we go through the class. So we're going to be starting just with a little warm up and a little bit of balance work, and then we're going to come down onto the mat. So give yourself plenty of space, and it is Happy Friday. So hopefully you enjoy this, and if you do not catch up, the same. But we're just going to start with a little standing warm up. So feet nice and grounded into your mat. So we want to just make sure that you can feel the little toes down as well on that mat, and focus on drawing the tummy in, the shoulders are sinking down. And then we want to just take a deep breath in and lift up the arms nice and high. And breathing in through the nose, and we breathe out as we take the arms down on our out breath. So we want to be breathing in through the nose, nice long spine, and breathing out. One more time, nice big deep breath in, nice long back, and breathing out. And then we're going to reach across, let the head just tilt slightly to the side. In breath we reach out, out breath we come back. In breath and out. One more time. And then we're going to just focus on just lifting the arm up in front and have the body, so not this arch in the back, so we're just like a natural spine, and drawing the tummy in tight, arms to the sides, sink the shoulders down. As you breathe in, lift the arm up, and breathe out. Take that arm down. So we're trying to lift the top of the crown of the head to the ceiling, lengthening this back. In breath and out, and in breath. And then we're going to take the two arms up, so breathing in, lift, and breathing out. So I want you to feel that big stretch coming up the back, lifting, and breathing out. I want you to bring your feet together, bring the thighs to squeeze, and then we're going to lift and set back as if you're sitting into a chair. So we want to breathe in and lift, draw that belly button in. So again, we're not arching, we are drawing in here, and breathing out, we are coming back. So in breath and out. Staying down this time, staying down. And I want you to just dig the arms down on your out breath. Elbows come into the waist. In breath, reach up. Sit a bit lower if you want to make this a little bit more tasking. Breathing out and in and out. Hopefully feeling the legs now. And in, breathing out and in, and bring yourself back up. So we're just going to do our little bit of balance work. So we want to be just lifting one knee. So again, lifting up with the arms. So again, if you want to just lift, I'm just going to tilt this slightly again. I think I'm kind of slightly out of focus there. So make sure you can see me right. So breathing in, lifting with the knee, and lifting one leg. Lifting high, breathe naturally. And hold, get that ankle to focus on the balance. Breathing naturally, keeping this nice long spine and taking it down. So again, breathing in, the higher the knee, lift, get that tummy to draw in, lift that knee nice and high, keep that stretch, breathe naturally, and take it down. So the next time we're going to just sink forward, bring in the leg, give yourself space behind. So we're going to breathe in, lift the knee up and the arms, and as we breathe out we're going to sink back. So we're going to take the leg back, turn the foot down. You can have a bent leg here, arms extending back. If you want to make this a little bit harder, you can straighten that supporting leg, or you can have it slightly bent. Try and focus looking at a little point, might be wobbling. And nice and slowly bring that leg back down. So the other side, we're going to breathe in, lift the knee up. If you want to make this a little bit easier, you can just keep this foot on the floor or just lift slightly. Turn the foot down. If you want to make this a little bit harder, bend this leg to bring yourself down. Head in line with the spine. And if you want to straighten up, it'll be harder. Keeping a slight bend. Oops, toes down. Like you had that wall there, but I would have fell over. Keep that balance and bring it back up nice and slow. Excellent. So again, I'm going to do that one more time. Breathing in and breathing out, coming back, and then come back into you breathing in with the knee up. Putting this together now, breathing out, pushing down, breathing in, coming back up with that knee. You might need to touch the floor in between. Breathing out, hold, and breathe, and bring it back. Lovely. Same on the other side. You might have one side better than the other. Or like me, you need to tap and hold. Breathing in, nice and tall. Breathing out, sinking back. So I'm better on my other side. Breathing in, bringing that knee up. Breathing out, turning that back foot down towards the mat. Breathing in. And we're going to hold this time on the back. Have that bent leg to the front if you wish, or a straight leg. Stretch the fingers back, tummy up, and come up nice and slow. Bringing that back leg down, nice and slow. Well done. Okay, we're going to walk down, guys. So we're just going to roll down and walk out. Stomach in tight. And drop your chin on out breath. Reach down, arch down nice and slow. Draw the belly button up tight. Coming down all the way to the mat. And when we reach today, we're going to bend the legs and bring the sort of rib cage onto the legs. Let this head hang heavy. And if you want to make this a little bit more difficult, on your out breath, you can straighten up the legs. And on your in breath, you can sink back down, bent legs. Out breath, pushing up. In breath, sinking back. You can stay on the legs and just breathe in and out. Breathing out through the mouth, pushing up. Breathing in, sinking back down. And on your next out breath, I want you to just roll up nice and slow, drawing the tummy up, coming up one by one with those vertebrae. And head last, roll the shoulders and squeeze. And Ollie is enjoying. We have a little company today, so he is enjoying with his little toy. Ollie. So take a deep breath in, breathe out, reach down, roll down slow, nice and slow. And then walk out those hands. You can have those legs bent if you wish. Walking it out into a plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders, head pushing forward, heels pushing back. Option, knees to floor. Work within your means. Push that head forward. think of pushing up like your shoulder blades. Draw the tummy up, nice flat back. I'm going to just hold this for a couple of seconds, breathe in naturally, try and extend the neck forward, and breathe. Nice tight belly button, lifting up towards the ceiling. Hold this position, really work on that core. Bring your knees down and sit back into your child pose. Going to extend the fingers forward to an active child pose. Try and reach the fingers forward, head to the mat. Try and lift the elbows off the floor and stretch. Breathing, allowing the body to get heavy on the legs on your out breath. In breath, you want to feel the ribs pushing down. Out breath, feel your body getting heavy. One more breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And coming up onto elbow plank. So we want to have maybe a little bit of protection under the elbows. It can be a cushion, double up your mat. Bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders, stepping back, one foot, then the other, drawing up that belly button, holding in tight. And if you want to make this a little bit easier, drop your knees to the mat, hold up the tummy, sink down the hips, not bottom up. If you want to make this a little bit more difficult, you can come forward onto toes, back through your heels, get a good stretch into the Achilles, push one way then the other, so onto toes, back through heels, don't rush it, onto toes, back through heels, tummy tight guys, nice and controlled, squeezing, and then rest the hips to the mat. Let the hands come from elbows under the shoulders out in front. Draw back on the forearms as if you're dragging the mat back towards you. Extend your toes, feet hip width apart, head just looking forward, and breathe. Create space between the top of the shoulders and the ears. And keep holding. And rest, hands and head as if you're having a little sleep. Roll from one hip to the other, loosen off the lower back. Take the legs bent slightly wider apart with the knees and windscreen wiper the legs from side to side. And let one leg drop down, draw one foot into the bottom, give a nice little stretch, and we're just going to lift that leg, head forward and lift, push into that foot, into the hand, and then bring that leg down, swap arms, and one heel joining close to your bottom, stretching the quad, and then lifting, pushing into the hand, looking forward with the neck, and bringing it back down, heel to bottom, and let that leg go and push back up onto fours. So we're just going to bring our toes down, flat back, so neither up nor down, so we flat back, tummy up, and we're just going to lift onto the toes. We're going to draw that belly button up tight, and then on out breath we want to bring one knee under, out and in, out and in. If this is too hard, bring that other knee down onto the mat. So breathe out and in, tummy tight. Really squeeze. Take that foot down, swap sides, knee up, draw it in, out and in breath. Tummy up. Take that foot down and lift that bottom. Squeeze down with the heels, flatten the back. You can have bent legs if the heels are off the mat. That is fine so long as you feel a stretch. Push down. And we're going to breathe in. We're going to come down and breathe out. Push back. Breathe in, just bend that legs bottom down. Breathe out and push. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. From here we want to come up onto the toes. And as you breathe in, you want to just roll up that back, curve round, bring it back into your plank and hold. Out breath, push back up and squeeze those heels down. In breath, back on the toes, roll into the plank. Out breath, push up, heels down. In breath, up on toes, roll over, hold and drop the knees down, step back, reach. You can have your knees wide now. Allow yourself to sink down. Elbows off the mat, stretch forward, head on the floor, extend those fingers and breathe. We're going to come onto our side and we're going to come into our side plank. So on the side plank you have several options. First option will be to have your knee on the floor so that when you lift, the elbow will always be directly under the shoulder. Either you are lifting from your knee, you are lifting with one foot in front of each other, or the most difficult, feet stacked on top. And we're just lifting up here, nice tall arm, and extend that arm above the head. And from there, we are going to breathe out, bring the elbow and knee in, and breathe in and stretch. So breathe out and in, out and in. So you can still do this from that knee on the floor. So bringing it in and extend. Breathe out and in. And last one, hold up. Take the arm up to ceiling and let yourself sink back down onto the mat. So we're going to come up again into the side, but then we're going to rotate our upper body to face side on in the room, but the legs will stay as they are. So this time I want you to have one foot in front of the other if possible, and we're going to come up onto our full arms. So we're going to come up into full arm plank. We're going to try and push up. If you do have your knee on the floor, that is an option. So if you can make it easier, you can. And from here, we're going to bring this hand over, slide the other hand back a bit, and make sure that you're lifting the chest and you're looking to the side. So we are in this position. If it's easier, you can take the knee to the floor. We're going to drop the hip down and up. So this is quite difficult. We breathe in, down, we breathe out, push, breathe in and out, in and out. Really works into the obliques. So that knee can be on the floor if you want to make it easier. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In and out. One more time. Push and bring it down. Let's stretch this side. 90-90 on the legs, one bend in front. Your foot can be straight, it can be tucked in, whatever feels comfortable. Again, hands back to that same position. Lift the chest and push forward with the hip. You'll feel this in your outer thigh. And then if you can, we want to drop down so that you feel the stretch right up the waist. Relax your head. Couple of deep breaths in and out. Allow yourself to sink heavy. And if you want to make this a bigger stretch, you can work your hands backwards and just sink down. Just enjoy your stretch. And from there, we're going to just bring the hands down, push up, bring yourself round. And we're going to just do the same, guys, on the other side. So again, if you do need extra protection underneath your elbow, then just change that just now. And you have one tired little dog. Oh, he likes Pilates because he likes the soft music. And he hates the FBX. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the elbow, and again your options were your knee, foot in front, foot on top, bring it up nice and high. You always want your hips to be stacked on top of one another and your shoulders directly above. The hip is lifting, the tummy is in. We extend the arm over the head, and we're doing the elbow and knee coming together on your out breath through the mouth. So we breathe out. We breathe in, stretch, out and in, out and in. Really lengthen, squeeze. You can do this with that bottom knee on the mat to make it easier. Stretch, control, keep the hip up high. One more. Stretch, take the arm up, bring yourself down onto the mat. So we're now going to do our full arm one. The knee can stay on the floor. If you wish to make it harder, one leg is in front, they're not stacked on top for this one because you are twisting round to the side wall again. So you always want your legs though to be in line. So we push up, first of all into your foot in front rather than on top. Lift, get the shoulder directly above one another. High hip, bring this top arm round to the side, move the other hand slightly back, twist, lift the chest, look forward. So again, the focus is on the tummy in tight. We breathe in, we drop your hip down. We breathe out, we push up. So this knee can be on the floor to make this easier. Breathing in, breathing out. Lift, nice tight belly button, nice high hip. This will work into the obliques, the waist. Breathe in, breathe out. Really tough. In, breathe out. Breathe in and out. In and out. And in and out. Bring that knee down. Let yourself come back into your 90-90. Hands again. Lift the ribs. Look forward. Sink forward. Get that stretch, lifting the body, torso up. And as we breathe out, we sink down. You can stay on elbows if you prefer. You can bring the head down onto the hands. And you can also move back to increase the stretch. Really sink down, guys. Enjoy just relaxing into this mat. Take deep breath into the nose, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And nice and slowly pushing the hands up and bringing yourself back round. So we're just going to sit into our little C curl, and we want to be lifting the arms up, tummy drawing down, navel to spine, and on our out breath we sink back, hips up, chin up, belly down, squeeze it. Okay, so we're just going to lift one leg, so we're going to do a breathing out and in, out and in. You can do your prayer hands, lift, really focus, tightening as you lift the leg, and back. If you want to make this harder, legs up, so breathe out and in, out and in. Keep this going. And have a little rest, legs down. Lift the chest on in breath and push forward the chest, squeeze the shoulders back. Breathe out, push the back, head down, chin down. Breathing in, lifting, mini back bend. Breathing out, roll, extend through the arms, stay here, let the head drop down, feel the stretch down the back of the neck, down your spine. And from there, we're going to come up. I'm going to have the hands again forward, and we're going to sink back on your out breath, really focus on this chin staying up. And we're going to lift those legs. If you need to have the hands back on the mat behind, you can do that. We're going to try and lift the legs up and lift the arms up and hold. Squeeze that belly button down. And then we're going to bend the legs and we're going to try and touch the hip. So we're going to come to heels and hip, heels and hip, heels and hip. So if you wish, you can stay, you can bring the heels in and just reach forward and down. If it's too hard, to have the legs up. So breathe in, out on the in. So breathe in, out and in, out and in. Breathing and rest. Lifting up the chest, squeezing back, roll down, and then we're going to have elbows on the mat, legs out, have the legs active, push them down into the mat, point your toes, elbows tucked in, draw tummy down, keep the chin up, and we're going to slide the hands forward away from the mat. So you're trying to hold. If it's too much, take it down, come back up. Take it down, come back up. Hold if you can. Really squeeze tight. This is tough. Tight legs, squeeze the legs down. Hold. Really squeeze, roll down, stretch the hands above the head, stretch the toes, push the small of the back into the mat. Really push that back down. Breathe, sinking down on your out breath. From here, we want to just bring one knee up. Bring yourself up onto your sit bone. Take that leg up. So out breath, we want to drag the leg back towards your chest with a flexed foot. In breath, we hold, out breath we drag back, and then we're going to take it into a full arm. Keep the inside hand on, and then we're going to open up the chest. We're going to breathe out as we stretch back today. Squeeze the belly in. Breathe in, come back. Really draw down. Breathe out. Create space between your two shoulders, opening up your chest and back. Tummy tight. Breathing out and in. Breathing out and in, and take that leg back with you. Roll down. Draw the belly button down, so take a deep breath in. Breathe out, nice and slow. Bring this leg back. You might want to have the leg that's on the mat bent, and we're just going to stretch down this leg. We're going to let go of that leg. We're going to bring the other knee in, and we're just going to bring ourselves up to our sit bones, and we're going to lift that leg up. Out breath, drag back, lift the chest. So out breath, lift, try and have as straight a leg as possible. And then we're going to push the leg away into the hands, holding on with the inside hand. And then on out breath, we're going to squeeze the belly button in, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, open up the chest. In breath, come back. Out breath. And in. Out breath. And in. Last one. Stretch. And take a deep breath in. Tummy down. On out breath. Roll down bone by bone. Try and control it and hold. Really stretch. Give a double hug. Knees in. Let yourself rock from side to side. Grab your knees and let yourself roll. Have little rolls down and up first of all, just to kind of give a little massage to the spine, and then all the way up, and let the knees cross, feet cross, knees out. Sit comfortable, and let's just drag ourselves round. One hand on opposite leg, hand behind. Lift the chest on in breath. Look behind on out breath, and change sides. Hands behind, lift on in breath, head up, breathe out, twist, keep your head to the side if this hurts your neck, and back. And then we're going to sink one hand into the mat, drop the head over, breathe out, push into the mat, drop the head, create this long stretch from the top of the shoulder into the neck. I'm going to change that. Take a deep breath in. A couple of minutes over, guys, I apologise. Important to stretch out this neck. And from there, either hands on, allowing the elbows to sink in, or just drop your head. Option to increase it. Breathe through it. You want to feel the back of the neck stretching nice and slowly without any pain. And then we want to push the hands back, opening up the chest. Oh, so good. And then on your next out breath, interlock the fingers and lift the hands up. Try and keep your chin up, try and keep your chest up. Get this lovely stretch right across front of the shoulders and the chest. And thank you so much if you joined me today, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Sorry it took you a couple of minutes over, and have a fabulous weekend, guys. Stay well, and thank you again. Any comments, you can put them up and I'll get back to you. But thanks so much for joining me today. Bye.